to another episode of EveryRing, that's everything wrestling. Today we are delving into the ultimate what if. What if professional wrestling had never achieved mainstream entertainment status, particularly during the 1980s wrestling boom spearheaded by the WWF, now WWE? The landscape of entertainment and popular culture would be drastically different. Impact on pop culture. Absence of iconic figures and eras. Without wrestling's rise to prominence, influential figures like Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and The Rock might not have become household names or had the same impact on broader entertainment industries like film and music. Limited impact on media. The Rock, Wrestling Connection, and subsequent eras would not have created the same crossover appeal, affecting celebrity endorsements, media partnerships, and the integration of wrestling into mainstream culture. Reduced visibility of the sport. The absence of televised national broadcasts would have limited the reach and visibility of professional wrestling, potentially hindering its ability to cultivate a large and diverse fanbase. Focus on a niche industry. Potential for more emphasis on athleticism. If wrestling remained a niche sport rather than evolving into sports entertainment, there might have been a stronger focus on the technical and athletic aspects of wrestling rather than solely on entertainment and storytelling. Different pathways for wrestlers. Wrestlers' success would likely depend more on in-ring skills and performance than on charismatic characters or mainstream marketability. Less global expansion. The international expansion and diversification seen in modern wrestling might not have occurred without the initial push towards mainstream popularity. Overall, the world would have missed out on a unique blend of athleticism and theatrical storytelling. Wrestling has successfully blended physical prowess with engaging narratives, creating a spectacle that has captivated millions. The cultural impact of larger-than-life characters and moments. From Hulkamania to the Attitude Era, wrestling has provided indelible moments and memorable characters that have become part of the cultural lexicon. A form of entertainment that has successfully bridged the gap between sports and performance. Wrestling's ability to seamlessly integrate athleticism and storytelling has made it a distinct and influential force in the entertainment world. WWE. As mentioned on previous What Ifs, WWE played a major factor. So what if there was no need for sports entertainment? Vince's vision was clearly world spectrum of entertainment where blending into other forms just made sense. So if sports entertainment wasn't a thing, how would it affect the biggest branch? The simplicity of the response would be no Hulk Hogan, hence no Hulkamania, hence no WrestleMania, leading to a big void in a lot of lives. So even before that, wrestling needed to get the okay from the fighting commission, similar to boxing. So if it weren't sports entertainment, maybe professional wrestling would mirror MMA, where predetermined results be erased from wrestling altogether. So maybe WWE would develop into a specialized MMA. The likes of Bruno Sammartino, Billy Graham and Ivan Koloff needed to tweak their style. WWE being from New York, Connecticut would be favored to succeed due to exposure and styling. And sports entertainment not being mainstream would create an interesting domino effect. Let's just look at one of these domino effects. Hulk Hogan not being a real fighter wouldn't have that chance to get exposed to the bigger picture. He was in the movie Rocky III. But if he wasn't in wrestling, he may have never been exposed to such chances, so the idea of wrestlers in movies would be null and void, so this would affect a lot. No Hulk Hogan in Hollywood, so we may not have others. No Rowdy Piper doing the same, so that means we would never have gotten the famous line, "I like to kick butt and chew gum, and I'm all out of gum." Bigger impact yet. No sports entertainment means no Dwayne Johnson. Consider one of the biggest names in Hollywood, so how impactful would this be just on an economic situation? This also means no Dave Bautista, who has honed Hollywood the greatest and making a big impact in wrestling. Also, no John Cena in Hollywood would also make negative waves in the world of entertainment in a whole. So no sports entertainment would have impacted the Hart family legacy and Von Erichs, so this aspect would be erased. AEW. With no sports entertainment, the easiest answer is AEW wouldn't exist. Wrestling as a whole would be different, seeing it would be more based on reality. This would eliminate the territory system from the get-go and only bigger companies would exist. Relaying this similar to MMA, this could foster other companies like Bellator and whatnot. So being something as an alternative, could create a niche of wrestling. They are more athletic and gymnastic presented, so their style would be more intriguing. Flying around may not cater to real fighting, but it could trigger inventive styles. The Forbidden Door, bringing a lot from Eastern styles, would create something interesting. If it were MMA-style tag teams would be non-existent. This would have impacted WWE too, but with having EVPs of the tag team world, this would be the most damaging. So no Young Bucks and their styling, this would be devastating. A bigger impact, wrestlers like Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin would be eliminated. Orange Cassidy is uber talented, but his stylings would never work in real fighting, so that branch would be unnecessary. Darby Allin would not have gotten into wrestling but may just regulated into stunt work for movies. And with no sports entertainment, it would also affect Hollywood aspirations of a few. MJF has been in many movies and early as a kid said he wanted to be a wrestler, so that dream would be eliminated. Mercedes Moné has been in The Mandalorian, so that too could be eliminated from the world of entertainment. Again, it's a big if, but with no sports entertainment, there would be a lot of people affected. TNA, again, there would be no need to alternate wrestling companies if they were holding to be commission fighting. Wrestling territories would have been eliminated early on. Southern wrestling would never move on, making anything resembling that be null and void. It is almost a sad point where wrestling would be more a derivative of amateur wrestler and submission styling. So a lot of people be affected. Former football players wouldn't have a place or a career to explore. TNA's biggest star Moose would not have had an opportunity to delve into the world of sports entertainment. As mentioned several times, no AJ Styles, no Samoa Joe, and pretty much anything innovative. Also, this would be impactful to all three companies. If fighting-based, women's wrestling would be non-existent or have a lesser impact as the women's division or MMA. So a lot of people would be without a job and more impactful not have a reason to be famous. So the history of wrestling developed from shady deals. Just imagine if the sports commissioner decided to hold true to form and making wrestling not predetermined and less entertaining. We wouldn't have the Rock and Wrestling era, we wouldn't have the Attitude era, we wouldn't have the Monday Night Wars, we wouldn't have budding companies like ECW, WCW, AEW, or TNA, we wouldn't have household names like Hulk Hogan, Dwayne Johnson, Dave Bautista, MJF, etc. Not really discussed, the economic impact both to cities and companies. WrestleMania is one of the most economically advantageous events for many cities. Without that exposure, it could mean some cities not having an opportunity to succeed. So that's another episode of EveryRing, That's Everything Wrestling, and let's be thankful that we have sports entertainment as a form to get away. Now to
another great topic. I'm really enjoying these what-ifs. Today's discussion is exciting. WWE's long-rumored NXT Europe brand is still said to be in the works, but questions remain about its timeline and scope. Following a recent WWE tryout in the UK, talent involved were reportedly told that NXT Europe was still coming, though no additional specifics were shared. Some prospects were signed, others were told to expect future looks, but there was no clear indication that the tryout was directly tied to the upcoming brand. So Triple H's world domination is still moving forward. This may also lead to a lot of stars going back to be major framework for future events and stars. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Ilja Dragunov and others would excel. Cody Rhodes has reportedly been cast as Guile in the upcoming live-action Street Fighter movie adaptation. Deadline reports that he has officially secured the role, joining a cast that includes Roman Reigns as Akuma. The movie is a reboot by Legendary Pictures and is rumored to be released in 2026. And if you cannot wait, Cody Rhodes will be seen on the big screen in the awful reboot of Naked Gun. This week we see John Cena play the president in a mediocre comedy with Idris Elba in Heads of...
Open the door! Cam incoming!
I hate to interrupt a kick-off slow-mo explosion, but we should probably introduce who's who in the burning vehicle. That's UK's Prime Minister, aka the President of England, Sam Clark. US President / action movie star Will Derringer, and MI6's top agent Noel Basset. 24 hours ago, somebody shot down Air Force One over unfriendly territory. And these two made it out. Now, they'll embark on a breathtaking adventure.
Enduro's is tough for guys like you.
Guys like me.
Guys like you know, Jim Strong.
As opposed to?
Strong.
You want to see Jim Strong? I'll rip a tree out of the ground and beat you to death with it, huh?
Go on then. Rip that tree out and beat me to death with it. That's what I thought.
Pick the biggest tree.
Obviously, they're gonna need a little help, which is where we come in. That's me, by the way. Now it's up to my elite team of 6. Okay, 5. All right, 3. She's 1. Oh, no. Wait, then how did she...
All right, I'll tell you.
Okay, the bulletproof vest. I mean, not original, but it works.
It's a real nut punch in a Ziploc bag out there.
Now they're on the run and need to keep their heads down.
Yankees?
No. Canadians.
Why'd you say Canadians? Everybody loves Americans.
Americans love Americans. They're never Canadians, trust me.
And do whatever it takes to stop World War III, even if it means sucking on sheep nipples.
Who sucks on sheep nipples?
Nobody sucks on sheep nipples.
Okay, God.
All caught up? Good. Cue the music.
The world thinks I look cool with a gun in my hand. Oh, shh.
I got this.
Follow me, boys.
How are you alive?
I just kept calm and carried on.
Brody King at AEW Grand Slam, Mexico. King made headlines by wearing an "Abolish ICE" shirt during his entrance, sparking conversation across social media. Just 2 days later, he began selling the same shirt, pledging that 100% of the proceeds would go to the local Hearts Foundation. Now, nearly 2 weeks later, King has followed through, sharing on social media that he's donated $27,758. Yes, he's true to his word, but also is publicly hindering policy. Agree or disagree, illegal individuals are committing crimes. Unfortunately, $27,000 does nothing. Why doesn't he donate his entire salary? He won't. Congrats are in order for Danhausen. AO and Raw star Danhausen announced yesterday on social media that his wife gave birth to their first son, Victor Morgan Danhausen. In the replies to his post, Danhausen commended his wife as the couple received congratulations. There are rumblings that WWE are interested in both Danhausen and Britt Baker, which are both major mistakes and are unnecessary. Let's go to matches of the week, wrestlers of the week and indie star. Matches of the week. WWE. So many great matches to select. Monday. Rusev vs Sheamus was a spectacular banger. Big meaty men perfectly defined. The two had great chemistry and the match deserved the attention. Jasper Troy vs Yoshiki Inamura. The NXT #1 title match, and it delivers. Again, big meaty men match, so this week that was key. Andrade and Rey Fenix vs Fraxium. Opposite of the prior 2 matches of the week, just stellar. Hopefully the tag divisions get a repair. AEW. TBS Championship. Mercedes Moon vs Mina Shirakawa. The only problem was the result, because this was a top-tier women's match. TNA. Knockouts champion Masha Slamovich vs Killer Kelly. Street fight that was brutal and was great at storytelling. This led to Jayce Jayne entering the picture, leading to title vs title, where the winner at Evolution takes on Masha. Wrestlers of the week. Judgment Day. Winning tag gold, but there are still problems with Raw's tag division, and this in the microscope highlighted the problem of the division and the heel turn of New Day. Swerve Ospreay. Swerve and Will Ospreay are 2 of the biggest names, and they look amazing together. At All In, the match guaranteed to steal the show. Matt Cardona. I don't know if he has signed, but he has been eventful, where he is playing a great role and seemed to be a major player that is tying WWE with TNA. Indie Star of the Week. Lizzie Evo. Lizzie has risen through the ranks to become of the standout performers of this incredible Brit scene. She is a wrestler who can do it all and isn't afraid to put her body on the line in the ring to entertain the crowd and win matches with style. She was, of course, signed by NXT UK until they shut down, but now she's back on the indies and killing it. It's surely only a matter of time until another big company takes a chance on the liverbird. Wow, another week of great wrestling. Like always. Chalo Kushti Karen.
Wrestling is something special. As you can see, our human element dealt with a lot of superstars. King Kong Bundy, a wrestler deserving WWE Hall of Fame. Sherry Martel was an amazing person who helped revolutionize the women's division. The Crusher, who Milwaukee famous, was a classic star. Puppet the Midget was a bigger-than-life superstar who is both engaging and ahead of his time. Wrestling is life and we want to push it forward.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 14, Kenosha Community Television. Remember to tune into my program, Just Talkin', shown right here, Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. on Channel 14. On the program, we cover community events, talk to nonprofit organizations, and who knows, we may bump into a celebrity now and then. So remember to tune in to Just Talkin' Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. right here on Channel 14.
Kenosha Community Media. For years, we have informed, entertained, and performed community services for the city of Kenosha. Kenosha Community Media is your television station where you are the star, creator, and performer. To contact us, 262-564-6103. Website, kenoshamedia.org.
Hey, Bambinos! Do you like movies?
I sure do. I like the movies.
Yeah, we have a new show called What the Heck Are We Watching?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, it's a show that we review movies for coming weeks.
No, what are we watching? You said what the heck are we watching? You tell me.
We're watching the movies.
Oh, that's all right. We're watching the movies. Hey, you knew we were doing this promo. How come you didn't put your shoes on? That's a little unprofessional, no?
Because we like to be freelancing, and we every Friday at 5 and Saturdays at 10:30 you can listen to our reviews.
We have a great reviews. We're better than those other jabronis that used to do the reviews, huh?
Yeah, if you like Cisco and Ebert, you'll love us better. What the heck are we doing? Oh, watching.
I don't know what we do half the time either, but what the heck are we watching?
What the heck are we watching? We go over movies, we give them thumbs up, thumbs down, if we like them, and basically, we tell you if you want to go see a movie or not.
That's all right. And the most important message you get from the show is, visit your grandparents,
Yeah.
It takes 10 to 15 minutes. Just go see them, give them a kiss, and some of the hugs, and go to visit, huh?
So, on Fridays at 5.
And Saturday mornings at 10:30.
What the heck are you doing watching?
What are you doing right now? It's what the heck are we watching? Sorry, my wife is suffering some of dementia, but it's a what the heck are we watching?
What the heck are we watching? Bye, Bambinos!
Now, my question I have to ask now, where the heck are we parking, right?
Service!
All right.
Hey, kids! Do you guys like cartoons?
I love cartoons!
Do you like to see the old classic cartoons that your families were raised with?
I would love to, but where can I watch those at?
Well, we're bringing back classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse, where we resurrect old cartoons.
Oh, when is it on?
On Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings at 10:30, where you get to see classic cartoons like Betty Boop.
I love Betty Boop.
Popeye.
Big Popeye fan.
We have great Huckle and Jekyll.
Oh, I love those.
So Kenosha Community Media is bringing back the classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse.
Question, does Mr. Bonkers have any friends on that show?
He has a lot of friends. We're hosting, we're Chalk and Manimal, but he has great friends like Chef Luigi.
Look over the start, the kids.
He has Peanut the Peacock.
Hello, kids.
He has Cinnamon the Ape.
What's going on, brothers?
And his friend that also hosts a different show, it's Klutz the Clown.
Hey, kids, it's tough being a clown.
So if you enjoy cartoons, if you want to watch something that's whimsical and nostalgic, please tune into Mr. Bonker's Cartoon Apocalypse, Saturdays and Sundays, Saturdays at 10, Sundays at 10:30. And we would enjoy to join us because you could be our circus freaks. Bye, kids.
Goodbye, kids.
Just Turned Heel, hosted by Danger Dan and Diablo Angelico, as seen on EveryRing That's Everything Wrestling. Behind the curtain look at professional wrestling. A gritty shoot style of interviews where we look at various aspects of wrestling. Ever wanted to know what an indie star needs to do to get their foot in the door? Ever wanted to know what a booker does? Ever wanted to know the purpose of a referee is? Just Turned Heel will plunge into the world of wrestling and look at every facet. Just Turned Heel, YouTube exclusive, starting January 28, 2024.
Beware, take care. The little green dragon sits on your doorstep. He eats little boys, puppy dog tails, and big, fat snails. Beware! Pull the string! Pull the string! Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater can be viewed on Saturdays at 9 o'clock, Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, and Fridays at midnight. All right, ghoulies, you tune in. You won't be let down.
You haven't seen horror till you've seen horror of the crying skull. See teenagers getting killed. See horror coming at you every scene, and a skull. See the skull coming at you. The skull, and hear her cry. I hope you enjoy the horror of the crying skull.